Welcome to the Derby Canyon Retreat. This is an off-grid, small private campground with 3 campsites that are all very private and in the pristine Derby Canyon. You'll know you're here when you see our sign as well as this gate. Once a reservation is made, I'll send very detailed instructions and directions on how to get here. This is the main entrance. There's a second entrance as well that's especially helpful if you're in site 2 or 3. With this one, we just keep it chained. Please just be sure to undo and redo the chain upon entry. I'll just walk around it since I'm on foot today, but that's how we'll access the actual property. Now first, we come into Site 1. Site 1 is kind of our main campsite. It's great for camper vans, tents, small to medium groups. It's near all of our amenities. It has its own water, which is right next to our off-grid well house. This entire area is campsite 1. I've also kind of marked with rope on the ground a line that we'd like to try to keep open so we can keep the driveway for the other campers. But this entire space is available for campsite 1. This is how you know you're in the right spot. We also have a hose run here. Although this is not potable water, we recommend boiling or filtering it before if you're drinking it. But it's great for having a water source. It's great if you do boil it or if you have a filter or just for cleaning dishes and other things like that. Now this is our off-grid outhouse. Basically, it's a experimental anaerobic digestion system where you enter the restroom here. It does have a RV style toilet, so you pull it to flush it and it's a hand pump that way. This is the water that flushes the tank, which is fed from this reserve tank here. If that's ever empty, then you need to just open these valves and that'll flow water right down into there. If this is ever empty, which I try to fill it as often as possible, but if it's a really busy weekend or if I can't get out here for a few weeks, then we can use the hose. We have an attachment that's available that we can run in here to fill that as well. And then this is just gravity fed for washing hands, washing dishes, whatever you might need. And this is a single burner that's actually powered by the anaerobic digestion tank. That is not super reliable. What that burner does is relies on methane that's produced from the breakdown in that tank. It's kind of a cool concept that you can literally go full cycle from human waste to energy, but it's not a super consistent fuel source, so definitely plan on bringing your own propane and that kind of thing. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there is a fire pit available. It is sitting right here and has an extinguisher next to it in case of any emergencies, so that is available for free. Just bring your own propane. We do not allow fires out here because there's just way too much dry brush and there's no fire service out here, so we kindly ask that you respect no wood or charcoal fires, but propane is more than welcome. Now we're entering our off-grid well house and heated shower. So this is just a floor, like a drain, river rock style, where you stand in here and all the water will drain out. We have a propane powered hot water on demand system. For this one, as long as the water is on, so this handle is up, this valve is flowing open, then all you have to do is hit this button, the back side, and that will then turn on the tank. You'll hear a clicking while it starts to ignite. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I forgot a step, and this is an important step. You do need to make sure you turn the gas on first. So if you hear a click, 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 that means that the gas is not on. And once we turn the gas on, turn this on, you heard a few clicks, and then it immediately caught, and now you can see the water temperature there. Now, it's going down rapidly because this is fresh well water, but this thing works really well. It gets up to temp in just a minute or two. I have it set for summertime and you can adjust it as necessary, but that is obviously an amenity that's included. I've got some biodegradable shampoos and soaps coming in the delivery, so that'll be available for camper use, and we ask that you please just use those provided biodegradable earth-friendly products. Now, as we walk down this dirt path, this is how we access Site 2 and 3. So this is, again, coming in from the main gate, which is where my directions will take you. Coming down through this dirt road, we have our camper rental site on the left. So this is basically, think of this as an upgraded tent. There is no power here. There is water, and we do have a propane stove inside, but there's no refrigerator, there's no toilet. This campsite, just like all three, will use that outhouse that we just took a look at. So with this one, out front is great for parking. It's great for overflow. If you need to set up tents in addition, that's totally fine. We also have a fire pit provided. Again, bring your own propane, but it's there and ready for your use. We just ask that you put it back under the camper so it's protected from the elements, so we can get more than 1 year of use out of them. Now this area is all the designated area for camper site. This is where you can set up any tables you might have, any tents, things along those lines. And the camper itself is just a straightforward camper. We have the camper mattress, which is a little bit thinner than normal, but it is a real mattress that has an impervious cover. So what we recommend is that you plan to bring sleeping bags. That's an impervious cover that can be wiped down with Clorox and that kind of thing. So that's how we try to sanitize it. But there is no cleaning fee. There is no service of cleaning out here. So we just ask that you leave the camper the way that you found it and just wipe down and clean up after yourself, bringing your own sleeping bags and other supplies. There is a fridge in here, but it does not have power, so it is not available. Again, this is the burner stove, and it does have propane connected to it. And basically, once you turn the gas on, it has a starter switch, and so you can use this for cooking meals, boiling water, and whatever else you need. So this is the camper site. Very, very private back here, secluded behind the camper and away from all the other guests. And lastly, we have campsite number 2. So this is camper site 3 with the camper in that space. Campsite 2 is back this way. It also has water. It also has a fairly large open space. It's great for larger groups. It's great for people with maybe a small trailer. You can park the trailer down this road if necessary, or alongside here as well. So this is freshly tilled to try to help keep the tall grass down. You can set up camp however, wherever you like. This grass will grow in a bit more, and it does get very tall in the summertime, so I'll be out here maintaining that. So this could be an area to set up a table. This could be an area for the fire propane pit or your tent. Set this campsite up however you like. There's a lot of space in this campsite, and we also have our water, as well as a propane fire pit available. Again, bring your own propane, and please just put it back under the cover once you're all finished so that we can get lots of years of use out of it. Now to wrap up, I'll take you out the alternate entrance. So this is a harder place to describe how to get to. So my directions will take us to the main gate. However, once you get affiliated, or I should say familiar with this place, if you prefer to come in this way, especially if you're in campsite number 2 that we just visited, that is completely fine. This is basically just an entrance that's very close to the gated entrance, but just a little bit earlier off of the forest access road. So as you can see, everything out here is pretty primitive. Everything out here is dirt. I'm trying to keep everything trimmed. It will grow very fast, and I can't come out every weekend, so I'll do my best to keep things maintained and clean. But this is very much an off-grid, off-road setting. So with this one, again, what we're looking at ahead of us is the forest access road. So if you see this and want to try it, you're welcome. If you stay the first night and you want to use this moving forward because now you're familiar, you're more than welcome. But it's a lot harder for me to describe how to get to this exact turnoff, so I am just including directions for our main gate. So this is the Forest Access Road 7400. The main gate is just right up there to the right. So as you're coming in, if you see this turnoff and you know you're very close to our main entrance, this is that alternative path. It's probably easier for campsite number 2. Could be more convenient for campsite number 3 with the camper, and is certainly available for use if you prefer it. The other thing that's nice about having these two entrances is not that we get a lot of big trailers up here. You know, I wouldn't recommend a big fancy new trailer because this is, again, a remote off-grid type setting. The forest access road is fairly well maintained, but definitely has its rough spots. And obviously things are not ultra spacious up here. But if you had a trailer that you're bringing in, this is allow for pulling through instead of turning around. So if you come in this entrance and you're in campsite number 2, you can use this space for your trailer. Either there, or even parking it on this road would be fine as long as the other entrance is accessible. And again, that's where our camper site 3 is. And just on this other side of this road, on the other side of that old shed, shack, whatever that structure is, been here a lot longer than I have, is again how we get to campsite 1, back the way we came. And on the left is our outdoor shower, off-grid well, and then we'll see in the background the anaerobic outhouse with kitchenette, which both of those structures are community, although every site has its own water. The outdoor shower is available for all guests, as well as the restroom, which, by the way, for sites 2 and 3, this is the path to access that restroom. That way we don't have to disturb any guests that are in site 1. So this will take you straight down there. Now, it is late or mid-May right now, so not a lot of stuff is grown. All the vegetation around this path will get pretty tall, 2 or 3 feet. But the whole point of me putting this in was so that we have good, clean, easy access for the bathroom. So we hope you look forward to staying at Derby Canyon. If you have any questions, definitely message me. It's a really awesome place. It's very private, very beautiful, lots to do in the area. And we're looking forward to you and your guests having a wonderful stay. My mission is self-reliance through sustainable living, and we're here to build a community. Click here to subscribe to be sure to get more awesome content for living off the land. And be sure to go in to enter for notifications. Click that bell, get notifications, and stay in tune. Subscribe, watch, and comment. Let's build a community. See you soon.